Happy Thursday. We are here. Yes, the best day of the week. The Investment Blueprint Thursday. Trapping Thursday. You know, whatever you guys like to call it, but it's an important Thursday. And I can't wait for our guest. There he is, my guy, Newt. On here. Make sure y'all keep... Newt!
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, homie?
How you?
I'm good, man. They jumping in early to be on this live with you, man. We getting them early.
Absolutely, yeah. I got everybody coming in trying to tune in.
Okay, all right. Now that's what's up. You told all your folks.
Man, they better be in here, man.
Nah, that's what's up. Well, I'm definitely excited, man. You know, definitely good to see you blossom and see you out here doing your thing, man.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that.
Nah, ain't nothing, man. But definitely, let's get everybody in here. We'll give everybody another minute to tune in.
Okay.
Definitely make sure y'all share this with your friends, your family. It's going to be a good one. But
yeah, we gonna do something different too. As long as you give me the blessing, we gonna do something different on here.
Hey, I'm with you. So I'm saying, look, I'm completely open. It's all good. I mean, I got my beverage, so I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I'm right here with it.
All right, look, I understand. You know, I ain't in no rush, so definitely.
Absolutely.
You know, how your project coming along? You just started a new project, right?
I'm actually wrapping up. So yesterday I actually met with a I guess you could say a proposed tenant. Okay. That one wrapped up pretty quick. So I had like 2 or 3 going on at one time, to be honest. So one got wrapped up faster than another one, and one got wrapped up in between. But nevertheless, a lady came yesterday to check out the property during COVID. We always masked up. She liked the unit a lot, so now she's on the housing choice voucher, formerly known as Section 8. So we actually get ready to get her signed up and get Section 8 out there to inspect the property. If all is well, we talking about moving in first of the month. So hopefully we push it to the finish line, we get her in there, and then we get that October's rent.
Well, that's great, man. And definitely, like you said, to be doing that during COVID is a blessing, man. I know when I was working on my project in COVID, it was like, I didn't know what it was going to be. But, you know, once you got used to it, you like, man, it's going to be what it's going to be, but I got to finish this project.
Absolutely, right? That's how it is, man.
But look, I'm ready if you ready, man. For those of you who don't know, I'm Anthony Lee, A. Lee Real Estate. You know, not the founder, but one of the people that's instrumental in the Investment Blueprint and giving you guys these gems. And our guest tonight is Newt, the entrepreneur, the young OG, young guru out here. So, you know,
man, make it.
Nah, man, you doing it, man. That's the thing. You doing it. So, I mean, for those who don't know, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, so for those who don't know, on Instagram, Newt the Entrepreneur. My name is Cornelius Middleton. A little bit about myself. I got a bachelor's degree in construction management. I went to Morgan State University, the best school that you can ever attend.
HBCU, salute.
HBCU. So I went there from 2013 to 2017. In 2017, I then enrolled into Rowan University, which is in Glassboro, New Jersey, so right over the bridge. I got a master's degree in engineering, and I currently work full-time as an engineer, a civil engineer in particularly. So I work for like a Fortune 500 company. We do everything from roads, tunnels, bridges, manufactured buildings, prefab buildings, senior citizen homes. We do the whole 9 yards. So with that being said, I kind of work full-time, and I'm a full-time entrepreneur, I like to say. So I kind of work 9 to 5, and I have a 6 to 9 in the morning kind of thing. So that's kind of myself. And I've been doing real estate for not too long, but I kind of learned a lot about it in school, and I had some family members who got a lot of property, so I kind of jumped in it head first, and now here I am.
Look, now you win it, and you can't get enough of it, man. That's what's up. But the crazy thing is, I think that's really dope. I didn't know that you went to school for real estate, for construction management, and you're an engineer, which is another double bubble because you understand literally the ins and outs of putting the play together in the building. But I don't know if people, or I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it's even better that you're doing it. And how old are you?
I just turned 25 last month.
So salute, happy birthday, happy belated. But the fact that you have a 9 to 5 and you're using that to put yourself in position with the real estate, you know, everybody's always preaching, yo, entrepreneur, but yo, you can still be an entrepreneur and have something that funds the entrepreneurship which is your job, which is, I mean, I'm just assuming as an engineer, it's a decent paying job, especially being on 25.
Right. Absolutely. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So as you kind of you basically said it, I'm using that as my collateral damages. You know what I mean? I'm saying, hey, you know what? That's my liquid assets. Like, you see these pay stubs, you see these W-2s, you see these tax returns. I'm coming here to talk to the main guy. You know what I mean? Like, I tell people on my live, like, when I go to the banks, I'll need to speak to the person in the suit. I need to go to the back on the elevator to meet that top guy, because I'm coming with all my documentation, because I have that constant pay stub, that W-2. Unlike some people whose full-time entrepreneurship, they got that profit and loss statement, and sometimes they look a little wary when you're going into the banks. But when you got that month in and month out, man, you can't beat that.
So I tell people, like, for me, when the first time I quit my job, back in, well, no, I got laid off. The first time I got laid off, and I had thought, like, oh, I had houses, the bank was going to still love me. But like you said, I didn't know my tax returns was key for me to be able to maneuver as an entrepreneur. So, like, I had a deal I had hard money on. I was, like, real ambitious. I had bought, like, 2 houses, and I had rehabbed them, had them hard money, rented. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the bank with this lease. They're going to cash me out. I'm going to be up.
Right.
It took me 2 years to get them houses refinanced because I didn't look right on paper, and I was a new entrepreneur. As a new entrepreneur, that clock starts over for tax returns. You need a straight 2 years tax return in order to play with the banks.
Right. Absolutely.
But knowing what I know now, that was because I didn't know there were other alternatives. So there are other alternatives if you are an entrepreneur and you need funding, but it won't be as good. Like you said, like, going to the bank, them rates and the benefits you get from the bank is going to be different from the people I deal with. You're going to get a 4%, 3% interest rate. My drink going to be at 8%.
3.75. You know what I mean? When you got that paper trail with you, things look a lot different. I can say that. I could definitely say that.
That's major, man. So I mean, like you said, you got family in real estate. You went to school for real estate. I mean, like, so what clicked for you to say, like, yo, real estate is gonna be my thing? Like, you ain't gonna be a ball player. You ain't think you wanted to, you know, I don't know. So, like, you ain't think you wanted to do anything else. You just always was like, yo, one way or another, I'm doing real estate.
Right. So, I mean, I did play football. So I went to school. I went to Morgan State. I had a football scholarship, so I went there for absolutely free. But I had got hurt my junior year, the start of my junior year. So things started looking a lot different. I had surgery. I was out for the whole year. But I always wanted to do real estate. I just didn't know what type of real estate. And I wasn't fully immersed in it at the time. I was still a student. I was a resident assistant on campus. Like, I had a lot going on. I was super busy.
You was an RA?
I was an RA as well. So
that free room and board, that all access pass. I
absolutely,
know all about
that extra refund check coming in. So you know all about. I'm pretty sure you know all about that. So I was an RA on top of getting a scholarship. So I was getting that extra rebate/refund every semester, which was coming in. So I was able to use that money to kind of save up. So I already knew that. I'm like, you know, I want to get into real estate. And quick story. So one of my friends, he probably not in here because he's in class right now. But we actually had to take a real estate class in order to graduate. For my bachelor's in construction management, you needed a real estate class, which was like your senior year, your last semester. And you had to pass everything with a C in order to graduate, right? Or to pass the class. And I was super excited. I'm like, you know what? Real estate, that's what I want to do. This is the perfect class for me. So I took the class, and the class was helping you become a real estate agent, right? Mm-hmm. And we get our first exam, and me and my friend, like, we looking at it like, yo, this stuff is easy. He like, yo, it's common sense. I'm like, right. So we call ourselves not studying. We go take the test. We both get below 40. So we like, something got to happen. Something got to change. And from that moment, I locked in. I still got my real estate books. I'm not a real estate agent myself, but I still go to the books, and I look and see what things you can't say in different laws and the Fair Housing Act and everything, like the whole thing. So I kind of learned about that. And then once I went to my master's program and graduated, everybody asked me what's next, and I straight told them real estate. So now I've been in real estate for, I would say, about a year and a half, like full time, every day, trying to find deals, getting good stuff like that. Yep.
Okay, so I mean, for you, where are you trying to take real estate? Where do you see real estate going for you?
This me. This my lane. Like, I'm trying to be a household name in real estate. When people bring up real estate, I want them to know, oh, you know, Nuke the entrepreneur, like, he got properties, he do this, he do that. Okay. So my biggest thing is providing a nice luxury place for someone who really probably can't afford luxury. You know what I mean? So
quality housing in our own community.
Inner city, yep. The inner city.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good money, man. So I mean, you being like you say, young entrepreneur trying to figure it out, doing what you're doing. I mean, how'd you get over those fears of getting started to even like say like, all right, I know what I know from the classroom, but now I'm gonna go do it in real life. Like, what did that look like? Did you have any fears? You might not have had.
Absolutely. Like that's what took me so long to get into real estate, because the fears was real. But I learned so much about real estate without doing real estate. You know what I mean? Like I learned, I'm going to different classes and seminars and webinars. And I'm paying this person, paying that person. I even went to Dan Morrell class. You know what I mean? Like
we all did it, the $500 for the weekend, and they let you bring a friend.
Yeah, let you bring a friend.
I did it several times.
Okay, so you've been there.
Yeah, yep. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all them joints. Back then, they had like now. The thing is, we got people that look like us. You know, people that's from our community doing it.
Yeah.
But before that, it was the Dan Merrills, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
All those.
Is it the what's that program? Fortune Builders.
Oh yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah.
I never did Fortune Builders, but I know all about them.
Yeah. So I didn't do the big joint. I would always do the weekend joint. Like once they got to the stuff that start costing commas, I check out.
You can't do it no more, right? I was the same way. Like, let me go ahead and pay this little couple $100. So basically I went to all those courses, and it was at a point where like I started watching YouTube and I started hearing people talk that was in the field, and they were saying stuff that I already knew. So I would get interested, like it's either I know everything in real estate or I'm just at the point that I gotta start, right? So I'm like, you know what? I just jumped in. And to be honest, when I jumped in, I ain't even had too many struggles because I already knew so much. So not to say that, like, I basically prepared as well as I could. I couldn't prepare no better because I took the time, I learned it, I studied it, I locked in. I stayed in a room for 6-7 months straight, learning real estate, learning acronyms, learning abbreviations, learning terminologies. And before you knew it, I was in my first deal, doing it and talking to contractors like I've been here for 6-7 years, and long behold, it's been 6-7 days. You know what I mean? So that helped me a lot. But I can say, after being in the field, I don't know it all. I'm not even scratching the surface. There's so much more to learn.
Right, but the thing is, I like that you're humble enough to say, yo, I don't know it all, but I know enough to get started. Yeah. And that's the thing, because you can figure it out now that you win it.
Yeah. You say it all the time. You figure it out along the way.
Right. And like, yo, that's it. Like, look, so I mean, like, what was like really like the key things? Like, if I was starting the day, what would you say to me? Like, you know enough, or you're in position to get started.
What would I say to you if you knew enough?
No. What would you say to me if I was trying to get started? Like, when would you be like, yo, and do it, jump? Like, do I need to have a certain credit score, a certain amount of money? Like, what would you say? Yeah. I just want to, from the grant, like, I'm starting bare nothing.
Right.
Like, go ahead and start. Like, what do I need?
Right. To be honest, I ain't even gonna lie. You got to figure it out along the way. Experience, you can't teach experience. So now that I did it, and it's kind of like, well, you studied for 7, 8, 9 months, and you had 40,000 saved up. I should do the same thing to be on the same pace. No, because my 40,000 I had saved up, my education that I had on real estate, it's not that I'm using it. Basically, you got to get started. You got to get in the game. Like, if you know enough about real estate, and like I said, you say it best, figure it out along the way. Like, it's going to be people there along your way. If you don't, you got people on YouTube. YouTube University is a real thing. Like, you can Google anything today, right? And to be honest, it's some stuff you can't Google, but most of the stuff you need in real estate, you go watch a 30-40-minute video and you call yourself the next handyman. You know what I mean? So nevertheless, you got to be able to just jump in and just get going. And if you're able to do that, I think you can figure it out along the way. So,
and I always say, like, people are definitely more willing to help you once you get started. But if you keep calling my phone, yo, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that, you about to, like,
right.
I'm can I call you back? Can I text it to me? Whatever you about to ask me, you can text me.
1 second. 1 second. I can't really hear you. 1 second.
You cool. Newt, where you go, man? Where you go? But go ahead, y'all. If y'all got questions, ask y'all questions or let me know. You know, I make sure I ask Newt the question for sure. But he definitely giving us the game. you know, I know starting out for me, it wasn't easy, but like he said, look, we figured it out. Newt, you back?
Yeah, my bad. Somebody had called me. I don't even know how that happened.
Nah, so I had to learn through trial and error with this joint. So you gotta put your phone on do not disturb, cause it be right when it get good. That's when people jump in. You be like, "Yo, wait, I hit the button."
I know.
Nah, but so definitely, I appreciate you being transparent about that. And I mean, you know, I don't know if can I say it what you just said again, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think the key thing is you said, look, between the college money that I didn't spend, I was using that to save, plus what I was already saving. I saved 40 grand. So it's like, how were you able to control yourself? Because I know for me, I draw. Like, I didn't get a lot of refund checks, but the few refund checks I did get, I was copping up because I had that 50% off back then at Foot Locker. Okay. I come back with the bags. I mean, you got to walk through the whole yard, let them know.
Right, who the big dog is. Right. I know. Trust me. And what school did you go to?
So I went to Newman University here.
Newman. Okay. Yeah, I mean, regardless, the matter of fact is, you know, when you walk through the yard, it's the big dogs versus the big dogs. Right. So you can't, you know what I mean? That is just the bottom line. I was on a football team, so we had a lot of people that, you know, was out of town and out of state, so they came with their stuff and their designer and their clothes. So I had to bring the Philly team.
Right.
Exactly. So I did do the same thing, but like you said, man, I stayed down and diligent enough to know like it was a longer end game for me. It wasn't just I knew that I couldn't stay at Morgan my whole life, so I knew I had to set things up at Morgan because I knew that if things not set up today, it could be a lot harder in the future. Right. So I made the right moves at college. At least I would like to think so. In addition to having my fun, you know what I mean? So I had the best of both worlds because I was able to save and I was able to have fun. But when I got out of college, I still had my head on straight, knowing and being disciplined enough to say, dang, I was able to save up $40,000 before even graduating or walking across the stage. So
right now you gave yourself some boundaries, which is dope. And I think so for me, I know for me, I struggled with it. You know what I mean? So it's like, but now I'm cool. Like, all right, we know how to save a little better. It's still a process, but we do a little better.
Right, absolutely.
But I also want to ask you, because, I mean, you brought it up about the college, which is dope. So would you recommend people still go to college, like if they know they want to go to real estate? And you could be honest about it. So, and then like you could go first and I'll tell you my opinion on it. But the fact that I'm saying salute to you for even doing the college, let alone you was a student athlete. So it was like, look, I'm going to do what I want to do while I'm here, but I'm also put myself in position on paper. But, you know, let me not say no more. Go ahead. Let me hear your take on going to college.
Personally, today, right now, September 24th, I would say no.
Okay.
I would say directly no. I have learned a lot about myself and the world by going to college, right? And I wouldn't trade that in the world for anything. However, I was fortunate enough to have a job offer the minute I crossed the stage. But I had friends who got master's degrees and bachelor's degrees and been jobless even before COVID. And with that being said, one of my homies just went back to Orleans Tech, and now he's in school, but he has a master's degree, and it was hard for him to find a job. So looking at, although my situation wasn't his situation, I still had it hard for him to say, like, how was it hard for him to find a job? Like one of my homies, we talked about it the other day. He got a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. He was working at Advanced Auto Parts. Not to say nothing about people who working at Advanced Auto Parts, but you got a bachelor's degree. It don't add up. So now you making $10, $11 an hour, but you got $60, $70 an hour in debt. The equation, you can never. It's going to take forever for you to pay that money back, right? And with that being said, like, not that you can't. No one can take your degree away from you, but once you got that trade underneath your belt, man, trade school for me is the way to go. And if I know what I know now, I probably would have went to trade school from the get-go.
All right, so I'm saying yes to what you're saying, but I'm also I'm gonna challenge part of that by saying that I agree, but I also feel like the mindset of why we go to college has to change. So like if we go to college to come out and get a job that's supposed to pay back what we did at college, I think that's the lie that they told us.
Right.
But if I'm using college for the network, because for a lot of us, so like me and you, fortunately, we met because you were ambitious, I was ambitious, and we crossed each other's paths.
Right.
But for the average person that's not necessarily a people person, how else do you make the connection? So like trying to put your homie's name on paper, his name don't bring no weight. No disrespect to him, but it's like we weren't born in families that our name hold weight per se.
Absolutely.
So how else do you put weight behind your name? You need some type of paper to say, yo, you got the discipline to start and finish something. So no, absolutely. I don't agree with the debt. However, I think the mind shift is if I go to a college or any type of institution, 2 years, 4 years, I'm not going for the paper. I'm going for the network, because any job that I've gotten it because it's somebody I knew.
Right.
Whether
absolutely.
I qualified or didn't, but it was because I knew. And even with real estate, a lot of my clients have all been from me to college. Like, damn, I didn't know I was going to be a realtor in college. I thought I was going to wholesale and just buy cribs. Like, I always knew I was getting into real estate. I thought I was going to be the wholesaler or something, and I was going to buy cribs. You know, Thin Merrill, like, yo, y'all going to make 50 bands off wholesale deals. Nah, that ain't happened for me. It was probably 7 years in before I made my first big bag through wholesaling, but I had already been being a realtor now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So, you know, I'm saying
I definitely agree with you. I agree with that, because even you just saying that there, I went to HBCU first, and then I went to a PWI. So to see that transition, to see the cafeteria being like a concert, to seeing the cafeteria as people like this and everybody got their book bags on and it's like 40 yards behind them. To see that transition, that was a big thing for me. So I use rowing in a strategic way, like you said. I had got my plan out at Morgan. So when I came to rowing, I was locked on. I said, you know what? Let me put myself in a position, because if you look at Morgan and rowing endowment, rowing connections is way larger than Morgan's. So I had to be able to flip the switch and say, oh, I'm here to play ball now. Let me make these connections, like you said. So although I didn't get that until I got to my master's program, and undergrad I was kind of skewed a little bit. But once I got to my master's program, my mindset definitely was what you just said. I was like, it's time to play ball, because I have to meet these people while I'm here now. So
and it don't necessarily, I don't care if you go to a big school, small school. Like I tell people, like, yo, you just gotta. There's always somebody in each of these buildings that's another connection for you to go where you're trying to get to. Absolutely. So like that was why I became an RA, other than the fact that. So I didn't play sports, and, you know, I wasn't no honor roll student until I damn near got to my junior year of college. So it was like me being an RA was another way for me to meet everybody on campus, because they had to come through being an RA, or you had to talk to the people on the school staff.
Yeah. No, that's we got a similar background, I can say.
Yeah, but that's why I said, yo, salute to you is dope, and that's why like I wanted to hear your take on it. So like I definitely respect what you're saying. Like my younger brother, he trying to go to New Orleans to the trade school now for HVAC. Okay. So it's like so I get it. Like I definitely get it, but I also say like, yo, you know, I wouldn't trade that college experience. You know, that was some good times in my life.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't trade it. And sometimes I think back about it. Yeah, I still reminisce. You know what I mean? But I know what I know now. So my outlook is a little skewed. But I still wouldn't trade it in the world. I still wouldn't trade it. It's like,
yo, that wasn't what I really went there for. That's not that. That wasn't that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree.
But all right, so we're gonna jump to the next part. So about your business. So we know you in real estate, but then you have other businesses as well.
Right. So I have a credit restoration business. So where I help people of my color, not of my color, anybody help revive their credit. So my company is called Credit Urgency, kind of like the hospital urgency, but it's called Credit Urgency, and we've been in business for I've been repairing credit for a little over a year now, but I really kind of went public with it more recently, and because it was getting an influx of clients. So basically what I do, I help individuals who got collection, repossession, bankruptcies, charge-offs. I help get those negative remarks, those derogatory remarks off their credit report, so that they can go ahead and get a good credit to be able to then leverage their credit, such as getting business funding, getting business line of credit to be able to do whatever endeavor they is. Now, granted, because I'm in real estate, I'm going to always preach real estate. But if you went to trucking, you can use your business line of credit to get trucking. You can use your business line of credit to open up a makeup shop or a hair salon or a barbershop. It's whatever you desire. But for me personally, I use my good credit leverage to be able to get more deals, more real estate deals. So right now I'm running I'm working full time, and I'm running 2 full businesses with influx of clients coming in and trying to go out to the properties every day and manage them, and contractors. You know how that can be with contractors. So run back and forth. I'm in Home Depot. People seeing me in Home Depot. I'm in line. It's just been a lot, but I've been managing. So that's kind of what I've been doing since I got out of school.
So for real estate, just say how important would you say having credit is?
Oh, that's like you don't got real estate if you don't got credit. But I mean, that's in my. Well, I don't want to say it in that blunt, but credit plays a huge factor in what you can do with real estate.
But I mean, I hear it all the time on the gram, like, yo, you don't need no money, you don't need to get credit. Just you could do real estate today.
Yeah, you could probably wholesale today, and that's a different type of real estate. And I tell this all the time on my live. Like, I tried to wholesale. Everything not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. So like, if you the wholesaler, I tried it before, and I just wasn't good at it, and I'm okay with saying I wasn't good at it. And I know people that's way better at it than me. So let me leave that to you, and I'm gonna go find my own lane, and I'm gonna just push play in my own lane, and that's kind of what I did. So when you see no credit, things like that, I mean, I don't know how they doing it unless they wholesaling it, but if they getting into different deals or capital partners, things like that, that's a different topic for a different day. But to be honest, if you want to do deals by yourself, you need a decent enough credit in order to get out of your exit strategy, unless you're going to flip the property. Okay. So I'm always thinking about the exit strategy.
Gotcha. So for you, what is your strategy? Are you flipping? You doing buy and hold? What's your?
I'm buying and hold everything. Like I actually had some wise words from Rick Estates. He put something on Instagram, and I was like, I'm actually thinking about doing a flip because I had got a great deal that came across my table, ran the numbers. I'm like, yo, I could flip this. And I told him, like, yo, I might do a flip. And he gave me some real good advice in just one sentence. He said, don't deviate from your original investment plans because it can basically hinder you. And just by him telling me that in a comment on Instagram, it flashed in my mind and said, well, I'm going to just have to turn that back into a rental. So I'm not flipping right now. Everything is buy and hold for me because I'm trying to build that generational wealth.
Nah, he talking facts. So I know for me, because I've had some failures and successes with flipping, it's harder for me now to go back to rentals because like the biggest part for me is I like some of the stuff that I don't like is being a landlord versus the flip is like, yo, once I'm done, I'm done. So like but that's the part that skewed me. Like I got a break now.
Right.
You know, but at the end of the day, I gave up some good properties that like, damn, like I wish I still had that joint right there.
Right.
I got a couple joints around Cobbs Creek in different spots. Like, damn, like, and I'm still cool with the people I sold them to.
Okay.
I see how they living, and I'm like, that would have been nice to have as a backup crib or something I could have gave to my kids when they got older. But
absolutely,
now I gotta buy it back later on for double the price, probably.
For double the money, right? Double the money, right? That's how it is. But it's to each his own. Whatever, if you think flipping is for you or you think you want to do both, I would say at least you probably should try one way. You should try both of them, flipping and being a landlord, and then you can be able to say, you know what, I don't really like that, or I don't really like that, and then you can kind of go hard in that field that you like. So definitely try it out if possible.
Got you. So, and for you, I guess with the buy and hold, so you're doing the burst strategy.
So yes, I'm doing a burst strategy right now as we speak, and to be honest, it's like it's something new every day. And me, like I call myself a human sponge. Like you could say something to me today, and you may not even. It may be one of the most cliche statements you ever made in your life, and I'm like, did you hear what he said? Like it makes like I overanalyze everything. So with that being said, I'm able to learn every day and just getting over these different adversities throughout the burst strategy and meeting different people. I feel like if I flip the property, it is what it is. I'm gonna flip it. That's that. But doing a burst strategy, you gotta find a tenant. You gotta meet the right person. You gotta do the screening. Then you gotta find the best bank to refi to get the best rate. Then you gotta make sure your tax attorney like it's just always hurdles. And for me, I actually thrive by getting over those hurdles. Okay. Right? Yeah.
So can we ask? How are you finding your deals? Like especially a market like now, like You know, everybody got money right now. Everybody wholesaling, so the numbers, like especially in Philly, is crazy. So I mean, like, how are you having, you know, success finding your deals?
So I actually got an in-house realtor. So I'm heavy on the MLS. Like I'm on MLS almost every day, right? In-house realtor. But then in addition, I got a bunch of wholesalers that send me deals every day. So literally almost every deal I got came from one particular wholesaler. And this not just like an individual wholesaler. Like he's on salary for like a firm who's wholesales. And to be quite honest, and as you know, in Philly, you might see a wholesale deal come to you from 5 different wholesalers. You like, who deal is it? Like, is it your deal? Is it this deal? And these deals that I'm getting from this particular wholesaler, it's like no one getting these deals. So I don't want to say he's not out there, but at least he's not out there to the community that I'm seeing, right?
Well, no,
so
he know you solid, so he gonna come to you first.
He come to me right before.
No, then he gonna slide it off.
Absolutely. So I've been getting all my deals from wholesalers, and like you said, numbers are a little high now, but there's always wiggle room when that property they ask for this and it sit for 2-3 weeks and they know it's like, yo, we ain't get no action on it. Oh yeah, that price started. Exactly. So that's kind of how I've been getting all my deals through wholesalers.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. And I guess you said you had some questions for me, or?
Yeah. I mean,
you wanted to.
I had some questions. Yeah. Oh no. So I wanted to do something. So we'll wait to the end, like maybe a little bit. If you got more questions for me, feel free. But I do want to do something special for you. Invite me on your platform.
All right,
so I want to do something.
Make sure we had time, so we good.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
We talked about the credit. So can you talk about the business credit? Like, so since you are in credit, so I mean, explain to us how the business credit works. Like, what do we need to be in position for the business credit?
Right. So the business credit, the number one thing you should start with is get your credit fixed. If your credit not fixed, if you don't have a 680 credit score, like I have a bank, and I don't mind giving the bank out in a little bit, but I got a bank that if you got a 650 credit score, you can get approved with business credit, right? Now, I know people gonna look at me, it's like, what the heck? So this bank right here, now I'm gonna tell y'all because I like to bestow gifts.
Look, I got my notepad.
Look, absolutely. So this particular bank, and I'm gonna tell y'all, if you got a 650 credit score, they can get you done. They don't like to get you done with that. They ain't gonna advertise it. But if you go with a 650, you could definitely get approved. But I would say get a 680, get an LLC. So LLC, for those who don't know, is a limited liability company. You can get one for the state of Pennsylvania for $125, and you can get your EIN, which is your business social security number, for absolutely free from IRS. Once you got those 3 things, a 680, a LLC, and an EIN, it's ball game. It's literally ball game. Start applying. So it's one good thing about being a credit restoration company, because if you don't know, when you apply for a business credit, that business credit does not report to your personal credit, right? So when you run your credit, you got a personal guarantee, but you're going to get an inquiry on your personal credit. But guess what? Because the debt never shows up, you have every right to remove the inquiry. So you can keep doubling back. So you can apply. So you can register for a business, apply for Capital One, or let's just call it a Chase business card with this particular LLC. They're going to run your personal credit to make sure you are good to lend to. Once they run your credit, you're going to have an inquiry from Chase. You can come to my company. We can remove the inquiry, and then you can go do the same thing for another LLC. So the reason why business credit is way better than personal in my eyes is because guess what? As a person, you only got one social security number. You can't get you can't get the same credit card twice. They're gonna be like, we already gave it to you, Anthony. Like we not giving you another one. But on the business side, long as you got multiple LLCs, you can keep applying for that same business credit card over and over and over. And to be honest, we're gonna keep wiping the inquiries over and over until it doesn't report to your personal credit.
So you said Chase, you said Capital One. I'm gonna throw in Bank of America.
Right.
I'm saying the 2 he named, the 1 I named. If you have an LLC, good credit, you can get 0% interest credit cards for at least 12 to 18 months. You don't need any help to do that. When we get off this live, go on their online account, Bank of America, Chase, look up their business credit card, 0% interest, have your EIN, have your personal information, and apply. If you get approved for one, go to the second one. You get approved for the second one, do the third one. After you get that money, you're gonna have to hit Newt up or hit me up, and at least just tell us thank you. At least just tell us thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. But then also too, you can hit me up to remove your inquiries so that it doesn't report on your personal side, and then create a new LLC and then double right back and do the same we call it a trifecta. We call it the trifecta. It's 3 banks. You pick your top 3 banks and you go run this system. And people are like, well, you want to keep going to the same banks? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Everybody trying to find 100 banks. No, I got 5 to 7 banks that's funding me every time.
So it's no 3 LLC plays on each bank. And then, so can we ask for your services? I just need to know to get the inquiries off. Like, how long does it take? And is there a cost?
Yeah, so inquiries. So I charge $25 per inquiry to be removed, right? That's per barrel. So let's just say Chase run your credit on TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, which is your 3 national barrels. It would cost $75 to wipe all the inquiries. And to be honest, I tell all my clients that it's going to take 3 to 6 months, right, to remove the inquiries. 3 to 6 months. However, I advertise 3 to 6 months, but I've been seeing results come back as early as a week, 2 weeks. I mean, I do it myself. I done wipe my credit in, it was like 9 days. I don't tell you 9 days because then you're going to call me on the 10th day like, yo, Newt, it's been 9 days. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
But just at least expect, right, 60 to 90 days, give or take.
60 to 90. If you give me 60 to 90 days, I can almost put a guarantee on it.
No, almost. Simply Bree said, yo, Newt fixed my credit. I highly recommend it.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. So it's a lot of people, like there's people here with some of my clients right now, and some of the people only been here, like you should see the comments that I'm getting. Some people like, I went somewhere else, I'm paying Lexington Law monthly $500-600, and then to be honest, I ain't seen nothing come off. I paid you 1 flat fee 1 month ago, and my score went up 70-80 points. It's something different here. You know what I mean? What are you doing differently? And I just pride myself in customer service. So when you reach out to me, we'll have somebody reach out to you within 24 to 48 hours to get your service done.
Nice, man. That's what's up. So for people who do need the credit services, is there a link in your bio? Where do you want them to go?
Yep. The link is in my bio. You can click the link in my bio. We have 30-minute free credit consultation. So whenever it don't matter what time you schedule the consultation, somebody's going to call you. And the best thing about it, we're going to be punctual. If you schedule at 8 o'clock, we're going to call you at 8 o'clock. We're not going to be a minute late. We ain't going to be a minute earlier. But nevertheless, we schedule a 30-minute free consultation. After that consultation, we'll go through every negative derogatory mark that you have. And we'll tell you, like, you need this to get off, you need this to get off. And the best thing about it is it's personalized. So if you don't have all the money to remove everything, you can say, I want to start with this one, and we'll remove those too. And then when you get ready to come back, you can come back and we get the rest of them. So you don't always gotta wipe everything from the jump. You can go step by step if you want to, but if you want to get it all wiped off, we could definitely do that too.
Yo, they on here going crazy talking about, yo, I need to know what this bank is, what this secret bank you want to talk about.
Listen, I'm gonna tell them the bank, and right after the bank, I'm gonna give something. Well, I got something free for somebody. Look, everybody's saying, "Newt, don't forget the bank, though." I know. So I'm gonna give y'all the bank. So it's a bank that I've been working with, and it's really small. Ant, you got your paper out, Ant? Listen, right? So for those who don't know, be quiet. It's 61 people on here. I ain't saying don't share the information out, but if we all bum rush the bank, it's gonna look crazy, right? But this bank give out lines of credit, business line of credit, business credit cards, and most importantly, Ant, if you need to, they give out cash out refis at a good number too. So the bank is called Noah Bank. NOAH, Noah Bank. It's in Elkins Park, and they only got 4 locations. They got 3 in Jersey and 1 in PA. That's the only places that they have. So no, this is not the 50K bank. For people that's in here that been following me, this is not the 50K bank, okay? This is not the 50K bank. That's a different bank that I'm going to be giving at my class. However, this is a bank where you can go ahead and get some credit cards, get some lines of credit, and if you got a property that you need to refi, you can pull equity out. So
you saying, if I come up there, right? I'm bringing my LLC information.
Yep.
I'm gonna bring $100 to open up an account.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna wear no white tee. I'm a dress professional.
Yep. I call my family the cohort. You're gonna go suited and booted.
Okay. Yeah, I saw
you can go suited and booted.
The cohort, we in here.
Yeah, the cohort. That's what I call my little tribe. So the cohort, they know you go suited and you go with your LLC, your EIN. You take your 50-50 method for those who know what it is. You take your 50-50. Look, yeah, I see you. You take your 50-50 method, and you go open up a business account and a personal account.
Okay, 50-50. I got you.
Once you do that, you then wait 1 to 2 weeks before you apply. You just want to go there and open up a bank account and put a name with a face. You want to meet somebody. You don't apply the same day. Don't be all eager and bum rushing them. Just let them know, hey, I don't even need them right now. Let that 50-50 method work. Go on home, go online, go apply for the business line of credit and the business credit card. And guess what?
You can do it online.
You get one inquiry. You could do it online or you could do it in person. I prefer online because you don't got to get my John Hancock.
Right.
And it's easier for me to wipe off the inquiries for those who don't know. However, if you need to go in person, feel free to do so. But when you go in person, make sure you ask for the line of credit and the business credit card because you can get two rounds of funding with one inquiry. It's crazy, man.
So I'm just saying, look, right? 45 minutes worth of conversation on an IG live, and you just I'm just gonna say at minimum they're gonna get 10 bands off of this right here.
Listen, if you got I know somebody that got a 650 and got approved. That's why I said they'll get you approved. They're not gonna advertise that. No bank gonna say you 650, come on in. They ain't doing that. So I know somebody that got a 650 and got approved already, got the money in their hand, right? If you go with a 680 or better, you shouldn't have a problem. Now, if you got a 680 and you still got 2 collections, come on now. Like it's like you asking for too much now. But if you got a 680 and your score just a little low, but your profile is good, you in the ball game. You only need a good profile. Stop worrying about the score. The score is just that's get you in the door, but it's your profile that matters. So if you don't have no collection, no charge off, no, you don't have a lot of inquiries, you playing ball. You playing ball now. So definitely you want to make sure you get that done because like I said, Noah Bank is only 4 locations and it's one in Elkins Park. And that's the one I go to. Don't tell them that I sent you because we gonna bum rush you, man.
Right.
They don't like that.
Nah, man. Well, so like my whole thing is like, so me and you, we've been to events together. We did, we crossed paths, but we never got to have this deep of a conversation.
Absolutely.
And the thing I love is the fact that you're genuine, you open, and then the part is like, like you said, I'm also a sponge, so I always I never know what I'm gonna learn from somebody. So it's like, I'm about to pull out my paperwork now. Take the ride tomorrow. This is my first thing in the morning. So it's like, this kind of stuff is the conversation that we need to have.
It's scary. It's scary, man. I'm trying to tell you. That's why, put it this way. That's why I do the birth strategy. Because I'm just being 100%.
No more.
You mean so go handle that. Go, you know everything and you know what you got to do. But you mean go there with your portfolio. You mean go suited and booted. You want to talk to the main guy. You don't want to talk to the little people. Talk to somebody and handle that. So that's definitely.
So another question for you. So we always hear because of the media and different stuff like, the young black people, like they just crazy. They not out here about nothing. So I'm just saying, like, what was kind of the thing that helped you stay your course, or what is the thing that, you was like, I'm not trying to be doing none of that. Like, and I'm asking that because I feel like it's more young men that need to hear stuff like this.
But to be honest, I just wanted something different. Like I seen all my cousins doing it. My father did it. And I seen where it took them. And although like my dad would raise me from the jail phone and I thought he was the best man in the world, I knew all along that I didn't want that. And I just always wish he was presently there. People call, it seemed like his calls always came in a time of need. But to be honest, I knew if I had those calls a lot more, I'd have been a lot better. You know what I mean? And basically, like, I didn't want that path, and I didn't want that. And I tell everybody, just because I didn't come from $1 million family, don't mean $1 million family can't come from me.
Ooh.
So I try to instill that in myself early on. I instilled that in myself early on, and I live by that. So like I had two grandparents, a great grandparent and a grandfather that passed the same year. So it was a tough year for my family,
tough, right.
and they didn't leave us $1 million. They didn't leave us a crazy will. So I knew, like, if they didn't leave something, who gonna do it? You know what I mean? Because they was the ones to do it. So I knew at that moment I had to turn it up just a tad bit so that I can make sure that when I'm done and said, people could say, well, knew he was the reason why we exactly. So that's what keeps me going every day. To be honest.
At Thanksgiving, the family need to be talking to you about credit. You know what I mean? Yeah. even if you and a couple cousins get an LLC together and strike a credit play together.
Yep. That's all we got to do. That's all you got to do. You just got to be able to, it's the knowledge, it's the know. You got to be able to know the information and then stop. I say it all the time. You can't be a knowledge whore. You can't get all this information and just hold it to yourself. You keep going to all these different classes and getting this information, and you just paying people at this point with no execution. But I'd rather you pay one person. It don't have to be me. It could be anybody. But you pay that one person and then go execute because they're telling you for a reason. But if you get the information and you just say, I know this and I know that, and you're not putting no execution behind it, you no good, to be honest.
No, that's the crazy thing. It's like always the person like, yo, you done been in everybody's class. You know all the courses. You know everything. But it's like, dog, like, what did you do? Like, what did you do?
Nothing. Hey, absorb, take up space, absorb, which is not a bad thing, but you only can absorb, so, like, when you dip a sponge in, it's going to absorb but so much. After a while, it's going to start dripping, right? After a while. That's what you need to start doing. And then the minute you get squeezed a little bit, and then you flowing out with water because you already got all that information. So you need to be a human sponge. Soak up enough information, start dripping out just a tad bit until someone grind your gears enough, and now you full throttle. You know what I mean? You full throttle. And once you exasperate, once you get everything out, then you can go suck up some more game and say, you know what? It's time to learn again. You feel me? So that's kind of how it is, and that's what I've been doing.
Okay, well, no, definitely. Like I said, I definitely agree with that, man. So you got anything coming up? Because I know you said you got a class coming up. You tried to slide that in. Like, can the people?
Yeah.
So the class? Or cohort?
No. It's for any and everybody. So I got a thing going on that once I reach 5,000 Instagram followers, I'll be having my first in-person class. Me, I'm tangible. Like, I use my hands. I want to walk up. I want to talk to you. Once I reach 5,000 followers, I'm having an in-person class.
So how many followers you at now?
Like 3,500 maybe.
Okay.
So I only
it's at least 67 people more that's going to be locked in on your joint.
Exactly.
Tell somebody else. So everybody in here tell somebody to follow Newt. He got to get to 5,000. I'm trying to get to 10,000. Like, that was my goal this year. This year I wanted to get to 10,000.
Okay, so yeah, so you see, you got your goal. I got my goal. And the minute I get to 5,000 followers, my class is dropping. I'm already preparing because I got confidence and I got faith in my cohort and the people that just following the movement. You know what I mean? So I'm believing in them. In addition to me putting out content that's actionable and valuable, they can go ahead and push the play button. And then now once I reach those 5,000 followers, I'll be having an in-person class where I'm teaching you like everything. I'm talking about I'm giving out the 50K bank that everybody keep asking about. You probably don't know, but I
hold the 50K bank, right?
Right. I'm gonna hold it.
You gotta come to the class for that. That's
exactly. You gotta come to the class. So all that stuff. So soon I reach 5,000 followers, the class gonna drop. I don't know the ticket information, how many seats is gonna be. I ain't think that far yet. I'm still planning on the actual information, like the syllabus, shall you say? Because it's gonna be a class. You're gonna learn. Like, you're gonna have some assignments. You're gonna have homework. But nevertheless, we gonna make it work during this COVID time, and we're just gonna do it.
Right. And now I will say that has been the blessing with COVID. Like, everything is in slow motion.
Right.
Or I would say slower than normal per se. Okay. You know, so it's like you definitely got time to take advantage, and even if you don't want to jump full throttle, you could test the water kind of thing, and then be like, all right, I need to make an adjustment kind of thing because of COVID.
Absolutely. So I don't know how much time we got left. I know we've been on here for a break.
10 minutes. So I mean, you got the floor though.
So because you invited me to your platform, and I don't know if you noticed, every time 95% of the time you get on here, I done been on probably for almost every person. Like, you mean, like, I done been on for almost every person. Even if I can't stay on or I can't really listen, but I got the AirPod in, tuning in. I done been to some of your classes, COVID affected, so you had to refund the money. I was there for that. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there.
I did give people back their bread. See that?
And yes, I did get my money back. And the great thing about it is you're not even really charged. You don't even charge, because you basically not even asking for anything. You just asking for your food money that you spent for your food. You just basically give out the information. And you had so many people come in from different backgrounds and experiences, which is phenomenal. So with that being said, I've been supporting you for a while. That's kind of how I ran into you. But because you invited me to your platform, and I'm able to be a blessing to your platform and vice versa, what I want to do for some of your followers. So unfortunately, my cohort, people that's in here that have been following me, It's not for y'all. And if you would like to, for somebody that been supporting your channel, every time you see their name pop up all the time, just let me know. If you could pick a random person today, I'm gonna get them a free credit repair. So it don't matter. It don't matter who it is.
So
somebody.
I already know. It's 2 people, but I'm just saying the other person, like it's 2 people I really want to pick, but the one person I'm gonna say, because me and her been having a lot of conversations, and like I see her growth, and I feel like this would be her push. Where
tag her name. Tag her name below if you can.
I got you.
Let me see. They gonna be mad at you, and
for sure.
Let me see.
Oh, she already knew too. Yup.
And Liz IK?
Yep.
Lizzie K?
Yep.
So Lizzie K, please DM me after this, or DM me right now. I'm gonna remember your name. Just DM me your information, and my staff we're gonna contact you sometime tomorrow. We're gonna get you all set up. We're gonna get you a free credit repair. So whatever it is that's on your credit report that need to be done, that need to be wiped off, we're gonna get you all situated so you can go ahead and get your LLC so you can get some of this business funding.
Now, so crazy thing, Lizzie has been to the events, like just how like you come, she comes to the events. She don't say much. She might ask a question. She go about her business. She do her work, right? But it just in this past year, I've seen her go from coming to the events to like taking action to what she wants to do. And she carved out a lane where she's doing like landscaping services as well as gardening. But now she's teaching people how to garden and grow their own food, which she's doing phenomenal job at, you know, and I suck at that kind of stuff, but I'm just intrigued by what she tells. So, you know, I'm like, yo, like, it's just a matter of time before she get her plays together to get what she wants out of whatever it is she's doing. And she's also a great mother. So that's the other dope thing. So
absolutely.
Like, I know we go crazy
Lizzie K, congrats. Some of my people said you're in great hands now. Trust me. So if you if you have a problem with your credit, you just didn't know what to do and how to start, or didn't have the money to do so, don't worry about it. We got you. Credit urgency. We're gonna wipe you out, and we're gonna go ahead and get you situated so that you can be good to go. So please send me a DM now, so my staff can look at it, so we can make sure we get in contact with you first thing tomorrow morning.
Nah, that's so. I just want to also say thank you to you you even being open to do this, let alone showing love to the people. So it's like, yo, that's major. That's definitely major.
Absolutely. That's why I said I want to do something different. Like I watch it live, and not that it's competition, but because I have a service, and I know that the service that I provide can be influential to someone's success path. And even if Lizzie don't need the credit repair, I'll find something else to be able to provide her with. Some of my other services, so you know what I mean. She can come check out some of my properties, whatever it needs to be. She's in good hands, and I appreciate you for electing that person and letting me use your platform to kind of grow each other. You know what I mean? Like iron sharpen irons, that everyone always say.
Right, for sure, man. Well, again, just let the people know where to find you, how to connect with you, you know, and you know, from there we'll finish it up.
So yeah, it's Newt the Entrepreneur on Instagram, Newt NEWT_ the Entrepreneur. You can follow me on Instagram. I don't have no other social media platform right now. If you want it, I'm real tangible. You can DM me. I'll try to respond to almost everybody. And look out for the 5,000 followers, because once I get 5,000, I'm dropping a class, and it's gonna be one that you don't want to miss, because I'm gonna give out the 50K bank. Okay, like I'm gonna say it, the 50K bank will be during the class.
No, that's love, man. But like I said, I definitely, like I said, it's like seriously, I'm wishing you nothing but the best, and I'm gonna definitely be looking forward to seeing your growth. I'm saying, look, invite the old head. I ain't that old. I seen you out, was it Miami or Atlanta? Where was y'all at?
We was in Miami.
Right. I can't stay out all weekend like that, but I can come out for like a day, take a nap, and come back. Like I need some of that action in my life.
Trust me, man, and that's another thing. Just this a little nugget. We did that all for free. We ain't spend not $1 out there. We used the credit play. So that's another thing that y'all get at the class. It's only an hour here, and we gotta tap in. And we did all that for free. There's people in here, like we got the cameraman who was out there. We got Hob the Billionaire. Shout out to him. We was out there for Dear CEO.
Where the cameraman at? Because I need a cameraman.
he was down there. It wasn't my cameraman. It was my homie cameraman. But tag your name. I mean, say something. Say you was the cameraman. I forget what his name is.
Right.
But
well, cameraman, hit me up when you get done.
Right.
When we get done this, definitely.
Absolutely. So, but we did that for free. Ain't no money at all. Strictly credit. How to strategically.
I see y'all with the big boy trucks and all that.
Listen, you sometimes you just gotta step outside the comfort zone and like I stated.
We work hard, play hard. I mean, within moderation.
Within means. Within your means. Don't try to follow and then you be playing catch up when you get back home. You know what I mean? So make sure you keep everything good to go. And with that being said, like I said, I thank you. I appreciate you allowing me to get on here and share my information. And I look forward to continuing to see you grow. And I'm gonna be at all your events. I'm gonna support whatever it is I gotta do. And I just appreciate you.
Speaking now because you credit repair. You speaking?
Oh, it's for sure, man. Whatever you need.
You still can wear your construction clothes for coming from the crib. We don't care.
Right. Okay.
I want you to be comfortable. You speaking. So like, no,
right.
Like we gonna get to it. Like, I mean, like
absolutely
we good. We in.
I appreciate that.
Oh, but we got 3 minutes, right? So you gotta give us like your top 3, either books or podcasts.
Top 3. So I'm gonna just be honest. They probably like, what the heck? After I graduated, I don't pick up a darn book. I done studied way too much, but I do listen. I listen to podcasts. I listen to ET a lot. I listen to I forget the name of it right now, but it's like I like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read that book before, and for some reason I'm drawing a blank on the other podcast. I wish I had my other phone, but I'll send it to you so you can check it out. Okay. But it's 2 podcasts and I read 1 book, but I'm not a big reader, but I do listen to audio books on my long commute to work. So
hey, that's fine. Everybody got their thing. So somebody said Bigger Pockets. So, but either way,
Bigger Pockets is good too.
Oh, somebody said what's ET? That's Eric Thomas.
Yeah, so Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas always dropping gems. I listen to that just before I take the kids. We listen to that in the car.
Right. So you got that. He gets you hyped up in a way that you can't probably get yourself hyped up. You know what I mean? So you just gotta constantly listen to him and hear what he's saying. Don't let the message go over your head a little bit.
For sure. Speaking of which, what is that? Earn Your Leisure. Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah. That's another. But even Bigger Pockets run a type of Earn Your Leisure. Like they have like a spinoff of that. If you look into them, Bigger Pockets is I gotta get emails from them every day. They phenomenal with their follow up. Right. But if you look into the Bigger Pockets, man, like I think his name Brandon Weaver. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness! Like the stuff he say is kind of like it's so simple, but it could propel you so much further. So right. you just got to tap into it. So definitely check that out.
Nah, that's for sure. And then for anybody who doesn't know, I'm the author of the Teen and Millennial Investment Blueprint. So hit the link in my bio. You could get all that real estate information that you need from the link in my bio.
Absolutely.
And again, just make sure y'all follow. We got to get good homie to his 5,000 followers. So again, we appreciate you. And we'll see y'all next week. Anything else you want to let the people know?
None, man. Like I said, once again, thank all y'all for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you all in the near future and doing business with everybody.
Well, definitely salute to you, Ken. Keep doing your thing, man. And I'm going to see you for sure.
All right. Thank you. Take it easy.
Thank you.
All right.